Yeah, hey, drop. Uh. Yeah, hey, drop. Yeah, hey, drop.
Every player on the ice has a 10-minute misconduct, among other penalties.
I have never.
Hello, my fellow Fed folks. How are we tonight? It's another wonderful week, which means another wonderful podcast. But first, before we get started, remember this podcast contains strong opinions, questionable memories, and more allegedly moments than a post game press conference. Everything said here is for entertainment purposes, comedic relief, and pure chaos. None of us are professionals, or are we? All stories are based on real events that may or may not have happened exactly as they're told. Any resemblance to real people, teammates, or coaches is purely coincidental. And if you're offended, go serve a 2-minute minor in the penalty box of silence. For everyone else, tap your twig, crack a cold one. Let's get feral. We're gonna start off this week by talking about a little bit of news around the Fed. I know everyone's kind of heard a little bit already. The Fed's going to be expanding. We're going to go to Thief Rivers Falls, Minnesota. And while logistically and geographically, it doesn't make sense. It's apparently going to make the Fed money, so here we are. We're going to do it. Um, Player safety announced their reasoning behind some of the suspensions. Mr. Dude Man, do we have the video? Were we going to still play that video? Actually, now that I ask about it, I think I remember us not being able to play the video. However, everybody's favorite goalie and everybody's least favorite Mr. Schnapp got into a fight. Just calling Mr. Schnapp least favorite as Twin Cities would say, rent-free player that he is, living rent-free, everybody's head, whatever. But per Dave Jackson, Mr. Schnapp took offense to his teammate being tripped and a power play being assessed and decided to mere out some street justice on his opponent. He went after him, delivered a barrage of punches to a totally unsuspecting and unwilling opponent, causing him an aggressor penalty. As the linesmen were attempting to separate him and Mr. Babin, the Columbus goaltender, Trevor Babin left his crease and started throwing punches at Mr. Schnapp. His list of offensive include leaving the crease during an altercation, instigator slash third man in, continuing an altercation, and engaging in a fight with his blocker and delivering several shoves. Due to the match penalty and the use of the blocker during the fight, Mr. Babin will be suspended for 2 games, and Mr. Schnapp will be suspended for one. Blue Ridge Bobcats, our Brendan Reller was suspended. Mr. Reller lost his composure and verbally assaulted a linesman in addition to making physical contact with the official, so therefore, he gets to sit home for 2 games. That sucks. It is what it is, and you can't fight the big man. With all of that being said, Sam, we have a guest, don't we?
We do. We have Mr. Danny Martin from Blue Ridge Bobcats.
How we doing, guys?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on. Sam, do you want to start off with our questions for the night?
Yeah, I can do that.
Alrighty.
We were actually kind of going through and like looking at your track record for teams you've played. And
Yep.
first and foremost, I honestly didn't know you've been in the league that long.
Yep.
And
It's been a minute.
because it's what was it 2017 2018 season with Cornwall Nationals.
Cornwall. Yep. If you've looked at that Cornwall team, we had a really, really good team actually. That was a really fun group of guys. If you've seen, I mean, we had a few because we actually, yeah. So where do I start? Cornwall was way over budget. They spent too much money and got a bunch of good players, which is why we folded. So without Cornwall, I'm not here today. My life would have been completely different, but I'm from Ottawa, so I was able to just play juniors, and then I went and tried out for Cornwall. And so I was able to continue my career, played with a bunch of really good players. One being Ahmed Mahfouz. I'm sure you're familiar with him.
Mm-hmm.
That was an experience, and love that guy. Played with Cam Backer, who ended up in the Coast for a while. Tommy Tsikos, he's been the captain in Quad City for I don't know how many years now. And just, I guess, Justin Portillo was there. If you look at that roster, it's a pretty crazy roster. And obviously there were some guys that we knew would make it far. They were just really good players. And then some surprises, but still like just a really good group of guys, especially for the Fed back then, because there was, I think it was 6 teams that year. So we were kind of a wagon, and then we ran out of money. So then I ended up in Danville, which would be the following. So there was kind of a dispersal with that team. With us being so strong, I didn't actually get picked up in the dispersal draft, and so I was. But Mahfouz got picked up by Danville, and he didn't really want to go, but he would go with me, so he brought me with him and continued my career. So I'm really, really thankful for that. So that was cool, a really cool experience. And for me I was 21 at the time. I went from living at home in Ottawa, playing juniors at home in Ottawa, playing in Cornwall at home, to moving to Illinois. So that was quite the experience, and my first real experience in the States. So that was cool.
Was that kind of a culture shock? Just
well, I don't know if you know anything about Danville, Illinois, but yes, it was a culture shock. But I'm okay with that. I embraced it and I enjoyed it a lot. And so just continuing on from there, I guess, if you want me to just keep going a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So from there, that kind of gave me a place to play the following season. So I went back to Danville, and at that point, being 22, I knew I just had to kind of stick it out and have a good year, which I was completely focused on doing that. The best part about Danville was being able to use the rink. So there's not a lot to do there, but I would just go to practice, go home, go back to the rink, and just skate. We had an interesting team that year. We had some coaching changes, but in the end, we ended up like short-staffed a lot, so I got a bunch of ice time. So that was a very interesting season. It was fun. I felt like by the end of the season I had done what I had to do, and I did not want to go back there. Which is when I ended up getting a camp with Fayetteville. So I got a camp with Fayetteville, went to Fayetteville, and they liked me. They wanted me close by. And ever since I played for Cornwall, I wanted to play for Carolina. It was the atmosphere, everything. Now that you talk about culture shock, it was the opposite of Danville. It was like, wow, this is an amazing place. Not to bash Danville. I mean, they were good to me, but
It's
Winston-Salem,
different.
yeah. So it was the weather is completely different, much nicer. Obviously the crowd, everything was really fun there, even as an away team. So I wanted to play for Carolina. Fayetteville wanted me to play for Carolina. And so that's when Jimmy Milliken and Andre Niche helped me get there, as well as Jesse Colecci, the coach with Fayetteville. And so I was up and down a little bit, but I played the majority of that season, of course, with Carolina. So that was where I wanted to be, at least at the time. So that was really cool. So continuing on from there, we had a great season, and then shut it down. So COVID shut everything down. And then I certainly didn't want to play the COVID season, so I didn't play that year. But then once everything started opening up again, I wanted to go back, so I went back to Carolina, played there for another 2 years, ended up in the finals against Danbury. Got reverse swept towards the end of that. Lost it in double overtime. That was a tough one. And then after that, ended up in Blue Ridge, and been here. This is my third year here, and it's been great here. So that's kind of the backstory there. So
Wow.
So, like, you talk about the culture shock and how different some of it was for you, which completely makes sense. I have a really good friend who talks a lot about the difference between Canadian hockey and American hockey. As a Canadian-born player who's playing in America, what are those big differences to you? And which ones do you like, and what differences don't you like?
So I don't think it's that different, but where it is different, and I can't even say that I like them or don't like them. Where I would say it's different is like, if you're Canadian, you grow up playing maximum effort, hard-nosed hockey, where you're skating up and down the ice constantly. Now you still have your skill guys, and you still have, the playmakers, everything in between, but everybody's maximum effort. And I'm not saying Americans aren't. What I'm saying is
Right.
the people now, and there's parts of the US where it's the exact same, but there's a lot of places where players come out of their pure skill because they fell in love with the game. There's not a lot of it around. And so the coaching is going to be different. And I'm not saying they're lazy, but they're a lot of them are the best of their area, and they never necessarily had to work hard. And that happens in Canada too. But I think there's a lot more players that'll come out of the US that are extremely skilled and don't necessarily have the same work ethic, which, of course, there's a bunch of situations, but just overall, I see a lot of incredibly skilled Americans that don't necessarily see the game the same way. So they play it differently in that sense, but still a lot of similarities. I mean, we're not comparing North America to Europe. At that point, now we're talking a seriously
Right.
different game with the ice size and just the way they play over there. You could talk about that because then the game's actually different. But here,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's still pretty similar, I would say. So I don't really have like dislikes and likes about it. And plenty of American players work their bags off. So there's still, again, a very similar style.
Absolutely. And that's kind of one of the things that my friend talks about too, is that, it culturally, I feel like maybe culturally is not the right word, but I feel like it fits and I feel like it works where in Canada it's more of a you're born into the culture of hockey, and like it's more of a culture. Like hockey is
Yeah,
the culture, where
yeah,
in America, for not that
it's
I
not.
play, but for like my niece who plays, for the kids who play, it's a sport. And
Yeah,
while they love it and it's their life, it's less of a culture for them. And it makes sense. I personally wish it was more of a culture in America, but
well,
it makes
I can
sense.
relate to that. I can relate to that fully, but it's just not hockey. It'd be football. So there's football players in Canada, but it's the same as what you're
Right.
saying with like the hockey here. Everybody watches football here. Everybody watches basketball, baseball, all those things. And so for us, like when someone plays football in Canada, it's like their hobby, but everybody plays hockey. So that's just a comparison that
Right.
I can relate to.
It's kind of interesting you kind of bring it up that way, but then again, I mean, we have Major League Baseball, we have Major League Football, we have Major League soccer. So it's like
Yeah,
these ultra worth of sports all over the place, and it's like hockey's always kind of been there, but I don't think it's really jumped over the other ones until I honestly think it's jumping up near
last
basketball,
couple of
over basketball for sure, at least.
yeah, especially I'd say especially in the playoffs.
Mhm.
Like you hear about basketball fans like just being not tired of it, but it's the game of basketball has changed a bunch. And I'm not a pro in that, and I'm not going to get into that, but I think that's pretty obvious. And hockey's, I mean, I don't want to say it's the same, but because it's also not the same, but there's still the violence, the plays. I mean, people want to see the fights. People want to see McDavid. Like everything, and the playoffs have been electric these past few years. So I mean, if you look at the numbers, which again, don't quote me on the numbers. I don't have the numbers, but I know hockey has grown and people are watching it, especially in playoffs.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, I've seen plenty of videos where you get NFL stars, you get NBA stars, soccer stars. There, you start seeing videos of them at hockey games and stuff, and
Right.
they're like, "Oh my God, what the crap!"
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
do
They
this,
have no idea what's going on, but they're entertained.
right? And it's absolutely amazing. That hockey, I believe, is starting to pick up to be a
Yeah.
more prominent sport in the U.S. So,
Absolutely.
sorry.
I think that's rightfully
No.
so, because I
Yeah.
think the other sports are quite boring. But who
Mhm.
am I to decide?
Now they just gotta get the NHL guys the same paychecks.
Right. They definitely do have some, but I mean, you're talking $100 million deals in baseball, for a couple of years. Like, geez,
$500 million.
I could use some of that.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Go fund me. Um, do you have a favorite memory with the Bobcats since they started up?
Oh boy. I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, there'd be a few that would pop up. Obviously, like that brawl with Binghamton's pretty memorable. That would be one. I did have so the brawl would be one as a team that was epic. I mean, that was definitely a good memory. And then one for me personally would be we were playing Mississippi, and then I scored a overtime winner with 1 second left, and that was awesome for me. Which actually, the following morning in morning skate, that's when I lost my tooth. So I remember that very well. So I played 6 years in this league with all my teeth, and then I lost one.
Oh,
after that.
yeah.
That's all right.
And that
I
was
saw
from our
somebody.
co-
Sorry, Sam.
That question was from our co-producer Anna. Hope you get well. Hope you feel better.
Brett Weissman says that carpooling with him should be your favorite
Oh my
memory.
gosh,
Shout out to
those are
Brett.
good.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, those are good memories. Those are good memories, Brett. I'll never forget that. No, that was actually awesome because we both still lived in Winston-Salem, and it's an hour 20 drive. So I would either drive to his place or he would drive to mine, and we would carpool down here. And I mean, heck, half the time it felt like one of these podcasts. We'd just be going back and forth about the
Oh, heck yeah.
weekend and what we're coming up against, or how the weekend went, or we'd just be jamming out to music and stopping for his dose of caffeine and whatnot. So no, those are good times, Brett. But that
Brett
being
also-
said, I think we're both thankful that we don't have to do that anymore, and now we're located in Blue Ridge and driving a lot less.
I hear.
Brett also had a really good factoid on here to go with your statement, Sam. The Four Nations final on ABC/CBC was the most watched across North American television since Gretzky's final game in '99 on Fox. So thank you,
Wow.
Brett. Shout out for watching, and thank you so much for the factoid. I really appreciate it.
That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is. So I was looking at your stats earlier when I was doing my research, and you've got pretty good stats. I mean, not that my opinion matters here. Don't mean to say it like it does. We've got some really good stats, but I did notice, I think some of your most consistent stats and some of your better stats all come from your time in Blue Ridge. And like you said, you've been around the league for a while, but some of those best stats have
Yep.
come from you being in Blue Ridge. Do you think that Blue Ridge do you think it's part of Blue Ridge shaping you as a player and the growth that you've gotten there? Or do you just think it's the whole, aging
Well,
like fine wine, getting better with time kind of situation? Oh, please hold. Technical difficulties.
Uh-oh.
Nothing like, hey, we're a Fed podcast. There's got to be a difficulty somewhere, right?
I mean, the Fed carries a lot of uh, how should I say it? You should expect a lot, and you can't go without certain broadcasts and stuff having issues, sort of technical issues. Just random calls on the ice.
Much like a Fed bus, we're bound to have a little breakdown here or there. Can't hold it against us.
No.
With that being said, Sam, what are you looking forward to this week with hockey? Your River Dragons got Petey this weekend.
At home, finally.
Oh, is this your home opener this week?
Yep.
Oh
Friday's
my
the home opener.
goodness.
Absolutely excited. It's the temperature has actually dropped to kind of get me acclimated to get me acclimated to being in the arena. So I appreciate Mother Nature for kind of popping in, make her appearance here. So now,
With that,
you, on the other hand, how's that?
oh my goodness. You know, the snow took me out yesterday. First big snow of the season. It was only like an inch of snow, but it was still enough snow to get me on my butt. I've got like a 4-inch bruise on my leg, got a bruise on my side. Didn't even get an inch of snow. Not like I haven't lived in the snow my whole life. 1 inch of snow, first snow of the year, and I get taken out. While we let
I think I'm back. I
Thank
I
you.
got a call and I denied it and it kicked me out. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
I
you're all
can't. I
right.
don't. That's
Since we're
frustrating.
already
But
in a transition, I'm going to
yep.
take in, Anna talked about this a little bit last week for anybody that remembers. We have a new sponsor, Ramon Tea with Matraca Time. I finally got mine in. Sam, did you get yours yet?
I have not.
Oh, I'm so excited. Let me get you bigger, little better close. It's a hockey noisemaker. Any of my Binghamton fans know I'm a big noise fan, but these ones are so cool because look, they're made out of recycled sticks. It's just the coolest thing ever. A little preview. She's loud. She's wild. She's gonna make a lot of noise. We're gonna be pretty feral. Too bad Danny doesn't get to come to Binghamton this year, since we had a brawl and everything. So I can't be loud and let him know that, hey, we're watching. But it's all right. We'll meet each other again somewhere. Someday, sometime, Blue Ridge and Binghamton will see each other again. Maybe it'll go different. Maybe it won't. It'll be great either
Pl-
way.
Playoffs.
So I
True
will
that.
say,
True that.
that game you had with Bingo,
Yep.
the most penalized game the entire season. There
Really?
were 50 penalties in that game.
Oh my gosh. I got a couple. I got at least one.
Yeah. Well, I think everybody got one that night.
Yeah.
And the
I'm actually I'm in the intro video in that brawl there. So I thought that was funny.
That's like a blur to me. I know I wasn't there, so I don't have the connection that like you do or the players do to it. But it's almost a blur because it was like watching it from home was so weird because it was like, wait, is this reality? Is this real? Did this really just happen? And then like the rage started and then the disappointment and it's just all of it at once. Oh my gosh.
was there
And the
something
cameras, yeah.
built that
I mean, it's hard to really remember. Like, they're just, I mean, they're a good team and they act like it. And I'm not bashing them for it. But they're cocky, and I think that was a big thing. And I mean, we had a pretty tough team. I think we still do. And again, like, they're a good team. I have respect for that team. But if you're gonna act how they were acting, then and also, like, you got to remember they jumped our goalie just before that. So that kind of builds some stuff up. We can't just let that happen. Our starter got kicked out of the game because they jumped him. It wasn't because he wanted to fight. It's because they jumped him, got him out. We had beat them the night before. They had a 18-game win streak. We beat them the night before. Hussey stood on his head. We played well, but Hussey was insane, and they jumped him. And so then we go into the locker room, and we had to do something about it. So I wouldn't say it was nothing too crazy that happened, other than they jumped our goalie, and we had been going at it with them for, I guess, was that a 3-3 or just 2 games?
It was
I
a
don't remember.
3-3, but I don't
Yeah,
personally remember if that was night 2 or 3. I think it was night 3.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was night 3.
I'm pretty sure it was, but
Yeah, so those 3-3s, any three. I mean, I've been in some violent 3-3s, and that's what happens because like it carries on. Yeah, when you get off the ice, your friends and whatever, which I mean, a lot of guys aren't, but when you're playing them the next day, it's different. You're going right back at it. Whatever you did that game, like I mean, same thing that happened with us in Port Huron this weekend. Now it's not the exact same, but it's like there was a big hit here. Their player got injured. Guys were yapping at each other the night before, and then next thing you know, they all handled it. So I think it was a lot of that, and then it just was bigger. It was everybody.
And if you notice, not only now does Binghamton and Blue Ridge not see each other in regular season, if you look at the schedule, there's a
It,
heck of a lot less 3-3s this
yes,
season
yeah.
than there was prior. So maybe we learned something there. Maybe we didn't. We'll see how this season goes.
I don't know how they make the schedule. I'm not criticizing. I don't know what, like, I don't know. It's a pretty
Throw
wild
some
one
names
this
in a
year.
hat.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Again, I don't want to criticize anyone, but and I'm not complaining about our schedule or nothing. I don't know how to me, if you watched our series last year, like you would want to put at least one weekend where we play Binghamton in the regular season.
Mhm.
I mean, you would think, but that's fine.
And
We'll see them when it's time.
Yeah.
The play during your guys' series there, like it was definitely one of the better series I've seen between two teams.
It was good hockey.
It was. It was.
It was stressful to watch before the fight.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was good hockey, but also like to add to that, which is not that series, but like I think this year the hockey's been really good. I mean, just the league's grown so much. Just quality of the games, every game, I think you're going to see when I got into this league, there was 2-3 good teams, and I mean, if you were betting on the Fed, you would win every time because the same teams won all the time. If you're doing that now, like it's good. Anything can happen. Mm-hmm. So I think the league's come a long way as far as just the gameplay from that aspect. And obviously there's still lots of fights, which the fans love. And I mean, that's part of the game that's very important, and we'll continue to go on that way. So I think we're in the early stages of probably the best hockey this league has seen for the full season, I would say.
Especially as low level is.
Yeah.
I've only been around, I think this is my 4th season being around. So mind you, being from Binghamton, like we had AHL teams.
Yeah.
That was when I was younger. I was a kid then. I didn't appreciate, love, or know hockey because I'm an American and it's not a culture thing for me. So I was just saying earlier about how I wish I appreciated the hockey that we had when we had AHL.
Yeah.
As someone who now has an NHL favorite team, like I wish I would have appreciated it. But like I've only been around FP hockey for, I want to say 4.5, maybe 5 seasons. And just the improvement that I, as an armchair referee, have been able to see has been wild. So for like you to be able to corroborate it as someone with an opinion who actually matters, it's insane to see kind of the difference that this league has made from the Delaware Thunder and the Rumblebees and the Danville Dashers 2.0, not the originals, but the 2.0 Danville Dashers, to where we are with, Binghamton,
I mean, we got smoked
Carolina. Too. Yeah. But
in Danville.
The league has made so much progress, and I'm glad to be around to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, Barry Soskins, he's gone, so that helps.
I mean,
bye, Barry.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to bash him too directly.
I'm not either. The
He
league wouldn't be here without him, but
he did bring all this to all these other cities, and then of course
yeah,
it kind of transpired from there to where other people started picking it up. So I do
yeah.
appreciate that aspect.
Well, and I appreciate Barry as well. I mean, he built the league, and not by himself. And I don't know all the facts, but he definitely played a huge part in growing the league.
Mhm.
But to me, with his mindset of what he wanted, the quality of each team couldn't get better because he didn't want them to get better. He was happy with how it was, and the league wanted to grow. And I think them pushing him out is what needed to happen to have, again, the season we're having now as a league. I think that's a huge factor. And I don't want to, it's hard when you start talking about owners, but I've played for Barry. I'm extremely thankful for our new ownership. And I know there's other ownership groups around the league that are doing a great job, and that makes a huge difference for the fans and the players. So I think it's a really good direction that the league's heading towards.
So something you guys had said earlier, I was kind of racking my brain. If I'm not mistaken, Blue Ridge is in the Empire now,
Yeah.
and you guys still
Again, I don't know who makes this stuff up. Like, I don't know who makes the schedule. We don't play Binghamton. We don't play Athens, which at least they're in the, what is it, Continental?
Continental.
Or what? Yeah, so we're in the same division as Binghamton. We don't play against them. So we play the other division a lot. I mean, a lot.
I mean, you're only like a rock throw away from like two of the teams almost.
We're like, yeah, exactly. We're right at the border of the divisions. I mean, the divisions are separated by us pretty much. So they could, heck, next year we might be back with Minnesota going in. We might be back in the other direction. I don't know. So
hold the line.
Which we're geographically, Blue Ridge and Binghamton should play each other more often.
Yeah, it's not that far.
We're not that far at all. We
It's
play
probably
teams in the
7
Continental
hours,
more than
8
we
hours.
play them. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's I think they just not really. I know who makes the schedule and they're a great person, but and I'm sure that there's a lot of strategy behind it, and I don't mean to trash
Yeah.
them at all. I think they're fantastic. But sometimes it really kind of feels like we're just throwing names into a hat, saying you play play who, and we'll go on with it. And it's like, wait, what? Where are we going with that?
I know there's a lot to it. I mean, you got to look at the venues and what's
Yeah.
available and when they're home, when, there's I don't want to make the schedule. So whatever, but
I could only imagine.
it does seem that way. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm sure it's tough.
Oh, absolutely.
We do have a good question here in the chat from Ashley Lima. What are you most looking forward to playing this weekend against the Thunderbirds?
Oh boy. That is a good question. I mean, I think we've had a really good week of practice so far, and I think we're just really dialed in. And so just trying to bring that same thing to both games and just having a really good team effort. We spent a lot of time in the penalty box this past weekend, so I'm looking forward to playing hopefully 5-on-5 and power play. That's what I'm looking forward to the most, and hopefully we can get a lot of that. Now, I think with this kind of getting away from the question because it's hard to specifically say. I'm excited for the games, like, period. It's a home and home. Everything's gonna be awesome. To us, as a team, we don't consider it a road trip. I mean, you can't. It's an hour. We don't hotel. We drive. We morning skate here. We drive down, and then we drive home. But just a good 60 minutes the first night, 60 minutes the second night. That's the goal. It's hockey. Anything can happen. 2 wins would be huge. The way this league is, I think, and it showed last weekend, beating the same team 2 nights in a row is going to be very difficult. And so it's every weekend is like a mini series. And when you can get 2 wins, it feels like a really good accomplishment. As a group, it's good for growing as a team. And so of course that would be the best outcome. And we don't take it lightly. So just maximum effort as a team and see what we can do.
I
Is
feel
that gonna feel like a family reunion type game for you, or is that
No,
just
I've
like
already played them. I've already played them 30 times.
oh, that's true. Sorry, dumb question.
No, it's not. It's not. For me, like, what I like more this year than in the past is that they've got more new players.
Hmm.
Because, and we talked about it before the show. I've got friends on that team. But we all turn it off. They turn it off. I turn it off. I mean, we get into it, and but it's fun. It's fun with the new guys. I like playing against new players. I mean, they've got a very different looking team, so I do enjoy that.
It is crazy how different that team is now.
Yeah,
and they're
but
trying to figure out
not to be
themselves.
they're not to be taken lightly, though.
No.
That's for sure.
Somehow it's always them.
Yep.
Team, always like under the radar sometimes. Other times they're like the best team ever.
Yep.
You don't sleep on them. What was it, 2 years ago? Columbus, the best
Oh
team in
man.
the league, and turn around and
Yep.
Carolina beat them at home. Ooh.
I see you,
Brett
Brett.
would like to know who's the funniest guy on the team.
Jeez. Who's the funniest guy on the team? That's a tough one. A lot of different senses of humor. Gosh, I got all the guys just going through my head. Who do I give this? Who do I give this to? Like, Merckx is from New York, so he's got a funny New Yorker sense of humor. Not necessarily like jokes, but just
We're a very
I'm trying to describe.
sarcastic, savage type
Yeah,
of
yeah.
people. Very,
Yes,
very
thank
sarcastic,
you.
savage
Thank you. I
type
couldn't
of
put it into
people.
words. So he's very funny like that. Igor Ramanow is pretty funny. I mean, even just his laugh will get you going. He laughs. There's no bad joke with Igor. So he's always a good guy to have around. We always have a lot of good laughs. Actually, undercover funny guy would be Damon Forsyth. I forget his name all the time, his last name, but Damon's a funny guy. And then Hunter Verostic, actually, he's got the best impressions. He could do anything. I'm gonna give it to him. Vero's the funniest guy on the team, officially.
Impressions right there, and I mean, you're figuring you're on the ice.
Yeah, no, he's hilarious.
The weird one. So
Yeah.
like, is there on the other side, like who should I sound like now?
Yeah, his goalie weirdness comes out as hilarious, so he wins.
Goalies are great. We love goalies. Sometimes.
Oh, I love a good goalie.
Who do you say is the best cook on the team?
The best cook? I mean, we have a few different living arrangements. So, actually, in our household, Kyle Heitzner, he's always in the kitchen. And then, but Carson Andreoli probably would win that because, I mean, I've lived with him and he just cooks. I mean, all day, every day. He practices and cooks. I'm pretty sure that's all he does. He definitely works out, but he's always cooking. So Carson Andreoli for sure.
Huh.
The Anvil Andreoli, as AJ Galante would say.
Yep. Oh, that was a good fight there too,
Yeah,
though.
for
That was
for
really
Carson.
nice.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, that
Uh-huh.
was a good one.
Who would you say is an absolute locker room menace?
Oh boy. Jeez. You see, I got to process these questions. It's not like a quick.
That's okay.
Maybe.
We need to start doing a shotgun round.
Yeah.
I answer.
What's crazy is like we're a pretty tame team this year. I would say, and people might disagree, probably Philip Levac. He's just a character in the locker room. And then not so much a menace, but Robin Erickson, he sings every song, he knows every song, so he's always jamming out. Sometimes I catch him singing the anthem, but he's Swedish, so he doesn't know the whole thing. Well, he might know it all, but he just like sings out the end. I'll just catch him doing that sometimes. But he's a good character to have around the locker room too. So not too many menaces though.
Huh. Ashley's got one here that I kind of like, and I was going to kind of go that direction.
Yep.
What's it like living with teammates? Do you all ever get sick and tired of each other?
Well, so actually, that's a great question, and I would say most teams do get sick and tired of each other. But since the start, from the beginning in Blue Ridge, we weren't always the best team, but Coach Zemi has always had a standard for people. And so we've never had bad people, but just like, if you're not a team player, you're not going to be around. And that goes off the ice as well. So we've been lucky to have really good people in our organization. And so I would say we don't really get tired of each other. We coexist pretty well. So it's and the team has done so many things to make it a better place to live. I mean, if you look at like ground up what they've done here, it's insane. I mean, the rink was a barn. That's just for one.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to build the arena. That doesn't even bring up the housing. And so as the team has grown, they've put together, different housing situations to just keep improving. And I think it'll continue in that direction. Well, I know it will because the staff here. But yeah, just to answer the question, we coexist, we hang out a bunch, and when someone wants to do their own thing, they do their own thing, and it's pretty fun. So we all get along.
Have you ever had a situation where you guys actually had to have people change as roommates? Not necessarily you per se, but within the teams?
I mean, if so now I'm thinking, but like maybe once or twice, but like not really, because so the past few years as they built the team, the goal at the beginning is always to just find a core group of guys. That's what you need to find. And so when you're looking for that and you're starting how they started here with like, put the ice in and let's get going, you're going to have somewhat of a revolving door, just guys in and out. And so if we have to move a guy because of his behavior, he's just gone. That's just the mentality here. that's a huge part as to why I like it here, because I don't want to deal with that stuff. And we just, as a team, we don't. Now we have that core where like it's like, I don't want to say fit in or get out, but like, and it's not just fit in, it's just be a good person, and then let's see what you can do on the ice. So as far as like switching roommates and stuff, like no, because they don't stay.
Oh, that's fair.
Culture is important. Not to keep bringing up culture tonight, but culture is
No,
so important.
it's so important. Absolutely. I mean, it's like, to have fun, you need a good culture, and everyone's been on teams that has a lot of cliques. You know, we have from Russia, guys from Sweden, Canada, US, probably a couple other countries. I'm not Czech. How did I even forget? We have Czech. I mean, but we are not a cliquey team. We all get along. We all hang out. We can all go to an event and everybody's, you know, the seats get mixed up. You're not just always sitting in the same corner with the same guys. So, and again, that's culture. If you don't like someone, you're not going to sit with them. We sit with everyone. We hang out with everyone. And I think that's the best way to do it.
Gotcha.
Brett says the last question from him. But what is your best road? I do too. I do too. But best road trip roommate and your top bus movie.
Top bus movie. That's got to be Old School. Old School. We've watched that. We watch that one every year. He's probably asking so he could put it, whatever this is, on the first road trip, because we've had a road trip, but we didn't have movies going, which I'm pretty sure you're to blame for that, Brett. No, but definitely Old School. There's a couple others, but I always liked the movie Without a Paddle, and we bought that for me, and we watched it, and that's like a childhood movie for me. And I realized that it wasn't as funny growing up, but it was hilarious as a kid, and I still loved it. But guys were like, "What did we just watch?" But I love that movie. But still, Old School. And then best road trip roommate. I haven't had any this year. We've only been to PD, and my wife came down, so we got a hotel. So I haven't had any roommates this year. Last year,
I think we lost you.
Yeah, we lost your audio.
Can you hear me? It muted me.
There you go.
People sending texts.
So where did you lose me? Did I say Nick
After
McHugh?
you said that your wife went down to, what was it, PD with you?
PD, yeah. So I haven't had a roommate this year. So if we're going from this year's team, but Nick McHugh would be, he was my roommate all last year, so I'll say him. He's another Ottawa, so he's a good friend of mine.
From the same area. I mean,
yeah,
easy sometimes.
Yeah.
And then
Jacob Thompson.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
No, all I was gonna say is that now I'll keep going, because I'm not gonna let you do that. That's my bad. But
no, you're fine.
So
you finish what you're
one
saying.
thing, and we speak English primarily, but I speak French and McHugh speaks French, so we have some laughs. And then we also have Benji, Ben Perron this year. He's from Montreal, so we speak some French as well. So that's because we have so many languages in the locker room, so it's fun to just have kind of that part's fun too. That's all I was going to add to that.
That's just your own.
Yeah. We don't talk smack, but we still have fun with it.
No, I get you. And then Want to get this question?
Sure. Sorry, guys. I actually think this is a really, really fun question. Shout out to Jacob for the great question and all the questions tonight. But if you had to have a security guard, what player on the team would you want to be your security guard and why?
So now I'm assuming we're talking off the ice for a security guard. And
Yes.
I would use different guys for different situations. So if I was going to somewhere that we needed like a savage security guard, someone that's definitely going to take some hits and stay in there, and so I'll go with two. I'll start with Heitzner. So he's going to be my main guy just because of his attitude, and I know no one's going to mess with me. He gets right in there. Then if we're talking like we're going, I mean, I don't know the situation, but Carson Andreoli's just so strong, and he can throw. So I'll go with those two. Those two will be my security guard. I'll hire them both. How about that? They're both hired, and then if I have to get in there, I will too.
Love that. Love that.
There'd be some others. We got some big boys and some tough kids on our team, so no shortage of that.
Can't wait to see some of them. Did you see any other questions, Aaron? I'm trying to keep up, and it's
So this one is cool. I'm pretty sure I know what they're talking about. And I'm sorry, my friend, but I think you're going to understand that I have no idea how to pronounce your name. How was your front row seat to the Nick Wright Andre Neek
Oh
showdown?
man, yeah, that was epic. So that was actually the last game before it shut down for COVID.
Right.
And I mean, that was crazy. So I actually, we were all on the bench, and then Nick Wright started going crazy, and then Niche that was crazy for a coach to just get on the. I mean, he was fully willing to fight Nick Wright on the ice in shoes. I mean, that is psycho. Andre's a great guy. But that was crazy. But you'll see coaches do that, but they're not. Well, usually it's for other coaches. They're wanting to fight the other coach. This guy's one. I mean, and Andre had been in some fights on the ice. He's had plenty of pro fights. I had a great seat for that. We got off the bench. I actually grabbed Cam Dimmitt. I had already fought that game, so I just grabbed him. I knew he didn't want to fight. I wasn't gonna stand there and not at least grab someone. I actually said to him, I grabbed him and I said, "Hey, this is going viral. At least push me a little bit." And just we didn't do anything, but we got out there, and yeah. I mean, I think everyone's probably seen that. It's not
That's
Baker, not the recent Baker, but we had the Baker that we had then, the bigger defenseman from Michigan. He, I believe it's Mike Baker. I haven't seen him in years. He went on the bench to defend Andre. Shout out to him. I mean, he got. Well, what are you supposed to do? I mean, there was 4 or 5 of them, and they just, and then Andre, sure, I mean, that was crazy. But to continue from that, the better front row seat was the Nick Wright, Steve McIntyre fight. That was, and I know that brawl was the craziest, but for a true fight, that was epic. I mean, to see Steve McIntyre in a real fight was unbelievable. Have you guys seen that fight?
Nope, but I'm writing down the name so I can look it up later.
Do you know who Steve McIntyre is?
I don't.
So Steve McIntyre was a fighter in the NHL. He's like
Oh.
6'8", I don't know, 280 pounds. I don't know how heavy. I mean, this guy is, however big you think he is, he's bigger than that. I mean, his hands are huge, and that was just crazy. Go watch that fight. Everybody that's
I'm
watching
gonna.
this, find that fight and watch it. It's hard. It's kind of hard to find. I don't know if I mean, it should come up, but Drew Blevins was on the call, I believe. Yeah, he was just, McIntyre's hand was like stuck in his gloves were so small for him that he couldn't get it off. And Nick Wright was like throwing, and once he got it off, he just started throwing lefts. He was actually, I think, probably the first guy to knock out Nick Wright. And once, he got that glove off, Drew Blevins, he's just going, and a left, and a left, and a left, and a left. And he was, and after that, like, and, Nick Wright was a great fighter in this league. But after that fight, I mean, he lost another one to Taylor Cutting, and he was towards the end of his career anyways. He had played a long time. But he didn't have many good fights after that. And he would fight anybody. It was, once you see it, you'll say, oh, okay. And I had a front row seat to that, and that was my best. I've seen a lot of fights. Playing in this league as long as I have, I've seen a lot of fights. That one was unbelievable.
Man, just the sheer size, it's like a gorilla, paw.
So
just straight up.
To add to that, don't just watch the Steve McIntyre Nick Wright fight. Go see some of his NHL fights. I mean, you can spend 30 minutes watching these fights. You do not want that guy. Nobody wants to fight that guy. I mean, that's scary.
I'll take your word for it.
Oh, yeah.
Brett did just say in here that Mac once skated up to Ryan Reeves and Cam Jansen and said, "Daddy's home. Who's ready to go? Night night."
Oh my gosh, yeah. And Reeves would have been young. He would have been young at that time, but he fought. If there was a heavyweight, McIntyre was fighting him.
Man.
So I think we're gonna start wrapping it up here. But is there anything more, Sam? Is there anything more that you wanted to ask out there?
We forgot to ask it last week. We did.
Oh, we're not forgetting this week. We can't let Allie down.
Does pineapple go on pizza?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, we saved it. Saved it there, and we got a good answer. Speaking of foods, though.
Pineapple.
I don't know. Whatever. It's
Scott Dragon did also ask. He did mention earlier that they miss you in Carolina, and he also asked if you were interested in a big pan of banana pudding.
Sure.
After the game this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Love banana pudding.
Always.
Big fan.
That's hilarious. Yep.
Trying to scroll back.
Yep.
Go through.
Scott always got me banana pudding, and then there's a few other fans that would bring me pumpkin pie. So never forget that.
Pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
There was a fan saying that I didn't get any of his questions, but I'm not seeing any of his questions. Mr. Slick Rick, I'm not trying to ignore you, my friend. Okay, there was one question here from Slick Rick. He wanted to know your honest opinion of Port Huron Prowlers and if you feel like you guys have started a rivalry.
I mean, well, they're a good team, and like we were saying earlier, the whole league has grown to be competitive, and they're going to be competitive all year. Have we started a rivalry? I don't know. It's going to be good hockey every time we play them. I know that. And then being in our division, I mean, probably a little bit, but we don't play them as much as some of the other teams. So, but you could say, yeah. I mean, the thing is, I think Port Huron starts a rivalry with everyone. Like,
I
this
was
is
gonna say the same thing.
what they did with us is what they did. It's all the same. Like, that's how they play.
Yeah, they
So,
do it with Binghamton.
yeah, and that's again, that's good hockey. That's good entertainment. That's they're moving in the same direction as the rest of the league, and so that's a positive thing. Again, they have new ownership, so I'm sure things have changed around there, and they're trying to grow, and we're all trying to win, right? So we'll go at it with them plenty.
Go-to music before a game.
Whatever the guys are playing in the locker room.
You don't have a choice or a preference?
Not really. Like, I'm a big fan of the big booty mixes, so I really like those. But like, I'm not the aux guy, and the music's always good. And if it's not, whoever's on the aux hears it, and it gets changed. So, like, I don't even know half the songs. I really don't. I get to know them, but like, I don't know who sings them or who raps them. There's a lot of rap. Now it's like, actually there's like a mix of like rap country, which like they're like in the same song. I'm not saying back and forth. Like, we don't listen to country before the game, but there's like some upbeat country rap, and but a lot of rap, a lot of old school stuff. Everything's fast paced. So, but my favorite is the big booty mixes. That's what I'll throw on in the car when I'm on the aux.
On the way to the game.
Yeah.
So you kind of get both.
Oh yeah. Well, and it'll be on in the locker room too, at least early on. And then when you get closer to the game, they pick the songs. So it's not a big booty mix, but they do a good job.
That's fair.
Is there anything else that you want to say to your fans? Anything that you want your fans or the Blue Ridge fans or our fans to know?
Well, for your fans, thanks for listening. Thanks for having me out. It's been fun. Blue Ridge, thanks for supporting us. You guys have been awesome. The crowd's been growing year to year, and we can't do it without you. So thanks for coming out. Thanks for growing the community, and it's been a lot of fun. So let's keep it going.
Well, you guys heard it here from Danny. I think we're on our way out for the night. Don't forget to check out Matraca Time. Oh, going the wrong way. Ramon with Matraca Time. Get your Matracas. They're pretty cool. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you back next week.
Take care.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.